Hi everyone, we're doing things a bit differently this episode. We're finally in December, and that means the return of tinsel, stockings, ornaments, wreaths. Basically, the return of the magical world where we hope for snow and all the hot drinks to keep us happy and cozy. In honor of this season, I've decided to spend some time away from my art studies and tap into that holiday spirit. I'm also all about giving myself a self-care day. If you would have asked me about self-care 5 years ago, I would have rolled my eyes. But in battling depression and anxiety, I have felt the many benefits of taking some time to slow down and give myself some extra love. And that can mean surrounding myself with all the Christmas skunks or buying Christmas jumpers for my Toby. Your mental health is important. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. So about 5 years ago, I moved to Scotland, and in the last 3 years, I got married to my soulmate, and I've lived in a seaside town ever since. Although the town is tiny, its holiday spirit is tremendous. Shops and cafes are now all decked out in Christmas decor. This past weekend, the town was visited by many talented artists at the Artisan Christmas Market. I made sure to mark the date on my calendar. I feel that events like this are one of the many perks to small town life. I kind of feel like I'm in a Gilmore Girls version of life, minus the toxic romances. Every now and then, I catch myself saying, "Yo, I live in Scotland," to my husband. And yes, I'm still hood to the core. This year's Artisan Market was held at the Marine Troon Hotel. As soon as I stepped in, I was overwhelmed in the loveliest way. There were so many beautiful pieces, from earrings to prints to pottery. I stopped by several stalls and spoke to illustrators who were all super friendly and passionate about their work. It was inspiring, to say the least. I spoke to Louisa from Louisa Birdsall Designs, whose prints and bookmarks and much, much more had warm autumnal illustrations of coastal landscapes of Scotland and inhabitants. From people to puffins, I walked away with a print that reminded me of the coastal villages that my husband and I visited when we first met. Such a perfect addition to our home. I also struck up a cheery conversation with Hannah from Looksee Illustration. From greeting cards to prints, Hannah does it all with her cute illustrations of animals. The happiness beaming from her illustrations makes you want to get one of everything. As soon as I saw her dinosaur print, I knew I had to point it out to my husband. Y'all, my husband is the coolest person I know, and I love him even more when his 8-year-old paleontologist self gets excited. It was without question that we were taking home the dinosaur print. Hannah has illustrations of a wide variety of animals. When she asked what my favorite animal is, and I responded with my Toby, she immediately wrote down Border Collie and hinted at illustrating a Border Collie in the future. I'll be keeping an eye out for this. As I made my way towards the back of the room, I came across Rona McSeveny's posters and Stuart Brown's photography. Rona had so many vibrant posters on display. They celebrate different landmarks of Scotland, and her posters are also available as prints. And you better believe that she had Christmas-themed posters as well. The photographs that Stuart Brown showcased were full of Glasgow's spirit. I recognized many of the adored statues, buildings, and bridges that the city is home to. The diversity of Glasgow is brilliant, and I think Stuart's colorful pieces are a reflection of that. Before we ended our little visit, I came across Judith's work from Judith Wild Art. I was blown away with her pieces. Judith combines illustration and traditional printmaking in her art. She enjoys incorporating Scotland's flora, fauna, and wild landscapes. The level of detail of her prints is insane, especially the print titled Den Dreams. How she has chosen to intricately illustrate the fur of the fox is amazing, and the color that was chosen could not be more perfect for autumn. Anyone can tell that Judith's art process is heavy duty with commitment and passion. It's fair to say that I didn't want to leave the Christmas market, but lunch was overdue and I needed to warm up with some coffee. I headed on over to Drift, which is my favorite cafe in town. Their coffee is spot on. I've never had an Americano that I didn't want to finish to the last drop. A scrumptious roll was had, and soon I was feeling a little too warm. I was ready to check some of the charity shops on the high street. I grew up going to thrift shops in Chicago. Finding quirky items at amazing deals was part of the fun. Those types of shops bring back the good times spent with my primas and tias cracking jokes and giving each other fashion advice as if we were experts. We managed to walk away with a Christmas tree soap dispenser and a Christmas tree hand towel for our bathroom. I did mention that I love Christmas, right? It's only right to add a little holiday spark to each room. One day, I'll have wreaths hanging from every door of my house. That's the dream. As I was still in the Christmas spirit, once I came home, I decided to get crafty. Thanks to Pinterest, I found a tutorial for making Christmas star decorations from the pages of books. Simple and Christmassy, that's what I'm talking about. I picked up a book that was laying around the house, which we saw no need for, and I got to it. Along with the book, I gathered 2 different types of glue and scissors. Now, I'm no neat arts and crafts person, but the result tends to be decent. I ended up pulling out a sheet from the book and cut as instructed. I took my time pausing for the bit where the folding was explained. Wow, this took me back to making cootie catchers during my elementary years. Apparently, the art of cootie catchers is still going strong as confirmed by my 8-year-old stepdaughter. As I was making each pointy bit of the star, it began to resemble origami. I repeated the same folds over and over until I had 5 pointy bits. I then glued them at the base, and here's the fun part. I carefully and slowly pulled each bit open. Surprise, surprise, I had me one quaint looking star. I made several and decided to hang them from our banister. My plan to drown my home in Christmas decor is flourishing beautifully. Because the holidays come with expected and unexpected stress, I'm sure this self-care day won't be the last one before the year's over. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas themed episode. We got to mingle with art in a different way, and you now know about 5 extraordinary artists that are worth checking out. I've linked all their info in the comments. Happy holidays, everyone.